All right, here we go with the third in my series, the common mistakes I see. And this one kind of has to do with secondhand low, but when you have an equivalent, and I see this all the time. And if you have regular lessons from me, you're probably tired of me saying this, but anyway, I just wanted to show it to you. This hand here is from a just declare where it's the Mondays and Friday they do day longs every day on BBO, but this just declares Friday or Monday and Friday, and this is from one of those, and like 20,000 people play, and this is an 82% board. Doesn't make any sense to me, I'll be honest with you, but um, I don't know if you look at this. What I'm talking about here is when you have an equivalent in the fourth hand to play. So whether your dummy or your declare, you normally would play second hand low and let it come to the fourth hand. So what I'm talking about in this one is they lead a club. I have an equivalent here with a 10 and the jack. You almost always will want to play low um, if you have an equivalent. Okay. And strangely enough, a lot of people play the 10 because they want to force them to play something. And I don't get where they get that from. Because typically the defenders will play third hand high, which is typically the right play. Um, but in this case, you've got the 10 and 3. And if you know how the double dummy works, either GIB when you're looking at this type of version or double dummy when you're looking at it, on BVO itself, um, it'll actually show you that you can make +2 if you play the 3 or +1 if you play the 10. This forcing them to play an honor when they're going to play it anyway. You need to wipe that out of your system. Okay, so I did play low, and you can see how critical it is. That 10 and the jack become another trick in the suit. So don't be wasting these intermediate cards. Play second hand low. Again, so if it was flipped around, they were leading, and you're the hidden hand here, and the dummy's up here, and you have an equivalent. You'll let it come into the fourth hand, and again, just playing that card there makes this for +2 instead of like a lot of other people did +1 or even making. Maybe they made other mistakes later, but that was on the very first trick. And like I said, it went on to be an 82% board, which is strange to me. So what I'm talking about is when you have an equivalent, let it come to you. And the same would apply, let's say if you had King 10 here, and Ace Jack, you'd play low because you have an equivalent down here. This time you have the equivalent between the 10 and the Jack, so you'd play low. So here's another one. So this one, and here we go. The north hand is in 4 spades. The That was me, my dad. He leads the 9 of hearts, and there's an equivalent in the fourth hand, so you'd play second hand low, um, and let it come there. Because if you look at this, no matter where, if you play low, you always want the opponents to lead when you're like have this type of holding, queen empty, jack empty. Um, so if they lead, you can actually get a trick in this suit. So yeah, place the cards any way you want. If you play low here, wherever the ace and the king are, you're still going to have a stopper in this suit. I'm sure this works out to be the same thing. Yeah, it's a difference of a trick, depending on which card you play. Okay, so um, the again, so the principle here and the mistakes I commonly see is they're going to force the third person of the mom's going to play the ace or the king here, no matter which card is played. So just play low, keep yourself a stopper with the jack queen, um, so you have a stopper in the suit. So this is a common mistake I see. Unfortunately, way too common. So let's take this out of our system and let's play that second hand low when we have an equivalent to have it play into, and you'll gain yourself more tricks. I do provide lessons. I do, online. You can hire me to play with you in games. If any of those things that you're interested, let me know. I'm going to put a link below my face here, is where I think I'll put it, for the link to the series that I just started on the common mistakes I see. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and subscribe to the channel. It'll help the channel, and appreciate that. And we'll see you next time. Enjoy the game.